Hey, what's up guys? My name is George and we're finally back with another video. Finally getting it done, finally putting things in order to get stuff aligned. Long hiatus, but we're finally here. We made it. So right before we deep dive into the template, let's go through my signal flow that I'm using. So I'm going out of my Studio Logic SL88 GT, USB-C out, going into my hub, and then the Launch Control XL Mark III is also USB-C out going into the hub. The hub is connected via USB-C into my MacBook M4 Pro Max, and then I have my audio interface, the Play Audio 1U, connected via USB-C also to my computer, and then I have 1 through 12 XLR outputs going into the XLR inputs on our MIDI stage box. I'm using all 12 outputs. And then finally my Samsung T7, that's where I'm running all my sounds, and I also have that connected via USB-C in to my MacBook. So first, getting into my template, I am using Zach Hanna's aux keys template mixed with his keys template, and I'm also using Jacob Mendoza's sounds and some of my sounds. So it's a huge modge podge of my stuff, other people's stuff. There's a lot of really good keys players out there right now. A lot of good worship keys content out there. I'm using my Play Audio here at the church. Awesome audio interface with 12 outputs, so I cannot complain. Got plenty of room for my sounds. I am using high quality, sample bitrate 48. I am using 256 just because I'm running Ableton Suite on my MacBook M4 Pro Max, so it should be able to handle more, but I find that 256 is a sweet spot. And then of course I am using the Launch Control XL. I'm pretty sure everyone already knows about it. I don't know exactly when it came out, but it's relatively new, and I really like it. So as you can see here, I like running my stuff left to right. So we got pianos, pads, miscellaneous, strings, and then drones, textures, and loops. Okay, so that's an overview, but let's go ahead and get right into my bread and butter, the pianos. So starting off, we got Zach Hanna's Royal Grand and Black Upright. So let's go ahead and give a listen to the Royal Grand. So it really cuts through a mix. You can even come over here to the in his instrument rack. You can come over here into the bass, adjust it, the mids, the treble. It might vary from church to church, but I really like to turn this down because if I turn it up, here, let me turn it up, it's way too bright. See, it's way too bright. So I usually like to keep it around here, and I really love layering it with piano, one of my favorite VST libraries, Piano Tech 9. But we'll get there. That's on piano channel 2. Man, I love that piano. Anyways, getting into the Black Upright. I really don't use uprights that much. It's nice having it in the arsenal. I like using it for more praise songs and high up tempo type of stuff. That's the Black Upright by Zach Hanna, sampled, EQ'd, and all that good stuff. Going into the keyscape wing upright, I really don't need to cover it because I'm pretty sure everyone has already been told about it. It's a good upright, I guess. I really don't have a use for it, so I don't use it, but I like having it there. One of my most recent acquisitions, the ultimate soft piano in my humble opinion. This one is actually by the same person who created the Lab soft piano. But this one is a totally different take on it. It's called the Absurdly Quiet Piano by Vaults. And guess what? It's completely free. That's awesome, right? When you're on YouTube, you start going down rabbit holes. You start finding out about stuff you didn't even know you were looking for. And then you find out looking for this. That resonance. It's almost like a pad. Literally, it's almost like a pad. Like, I let go and it keeps going. It's awesome. It's a specialized tool. It's not for everybody, but I love it. It's one of the pianos that's really near and dear to my heart. Recent acquisition, like I said, it's awesome. So getting into piano rack 2, we have this TAC piano by Zach Hanna. I really don't have much use for it. It's there, I guess. Then there's Dulce Delay. I don't know, man. Specialty item that I don't really use at all. This CP70, again, I don't use it. 80s vibes. Actually has really good low end. Probably too much low end. Another niche sound that I really don't get any use out of. So now we're getting into my main piano, my daily driver, my one and only, my trustworthy. Basically, the Noir is cover all your bases. The one and done, like literally all the sayings all in one package. Thing is, ever since I bought the Noir, I did not adjust the velocity. So if you're a new buyer into the Noir, please, very first thing you do when you get it, adjust your velocity. Let me show you. Okay, so you're gonna go into Contact, Noir, and then you're gonna go over here to the menu. Right here, velocity. I had this on linear. I was not getting those mid-highs, mid-lows. I was basically only getting the top end and the bottom end, and that's it. So the piano, no matter how much I EQ'd it, no matter how much I messed with it, I could never get it to sound huge. I could never get it to sound full. It always sounded thin, uninspiring, and I just avoided it completely. But once I changed the velocity, like I literally changed the velocity last Saturday, and let me tell you, boy, it's a whole different animal. The dynamic range and the hugeness and the vastness of that low end is what really pulled me into the noir and actually pulled me away from piano tech. It was also my favorite piano to layer with a lot of the soft pianos. Like, let me give you an example. If I layer it with the ultra soft, this is what it sounds like on its own. With the soft. So yeah, man, for a long time, it was my absolute favorite. It sounded amazing, cuts through a mix as well. A ton of presets to choose from. That is both my piano racks. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I imagine it's gonna be quite a bit. So grab your popcorn, grab your chips, cause this ride is still going. So again, all these pads are by Zach Hanna. He EQ'd, sampled, did all that good stuff. Basic pad is this warm pad he had sampled. So a warm pad, you got this art pad, again by Zach Hanna. One of my recent favorites, this more ambient pad. Super awesome. I love how all of Zach's pads, they can really lift a song, but they can also like really give that intimate moment when people are praying, when they're interacting with the Lord. So noise pad, another one of my favorites. It really adds that that little bit of extra flavor that most normal pads or everyday pads don't have. Super awesome, man. This scoring is is actually the same as the Ambi pad, but is also paired with the first one. So I was really lacking pads in my arsenal, and when Zach released the aux keys template, I had to jump on it because I already had the keys template, but it was kind of lacking in that pad department. So I went ahead, and it's at a really solid price. Like I said, link in the description for his template. Mix and match with your stuff, and man, you got a really complete rig. These main A and main Bs I really don't use at all because they're more in that aux keys realm. I really only use this Distant Memories pad that he sampled and changed and tweaked, and it sounds even better than the one in the keys template. I don't know what he did. I don't know what the secret sauce is, but Zach, Distant Memories is another level. Another level, man. Okay. So these leads, plucks, stuff like that, I don't use at all. That's just me. That's just, I don't know. That's just the way I play. I really don't like using it. I really never got used to it. I really only use keys, pads, strings, drones. That's pretty much it. Plain and simple, straight to the point. Okay, so strings, if you need some good strings, hey, Zach's got you covered, let me tell you. He sampled these strings from Omnisphere, and they sound really good. I love everything to do with drones. I love the nuanced drones, evolving stuff, background stuff, little specky stuff. So the drones that Zach uses, that Zach sampled and created in Ableton, some of them are more utilitarian, so fill space, but then others are a little bit more in that textural category. So MIDI drone sounds like this. Bring in audio drone. So just really nice. Don't take up any low end or really of that mid range. It's more of that fill in the space, fits well within a mix. Then we have Zach's texture drones that sound like this. And Grand Roads. That one is BPM synced. I haven't had time to use it, but I really love it. Now, this is, I can explain. I did damage, guys. I did a lot of damage. And I went ahead and bought 40 plus drones. I went crazy. I love drones, guys. I'm sorry. So these first 7, wait, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, yeah. So these first 7 drones are from Jacob Mendoza. He also created a loops and textures template. He doesn't have a keys template as of yet. Jacob, if you're watching this, make a keys template, bro. I'm telling you. Okay, so these are some drones that he has going on that he is selling. I think still at the moment. I will put his template also in the description where you can go get it. And I'm telling you, go get it because it's awesome. Has a lot of textural ambient stuff if you're lacking that in your arsenal. So if I went through all of these drones that I have in my arsenal, literally this video would be like 2 or 3 hours long if I were to go through every single one. But basically some of my favorites are this Willow drone by David Cruz, the OG, the master, the sensei. So here's how that sounds. One of my favorite drones. And then this Velveeta pad by That Worship Sound. Again, some of my most used that I've been just collecting and collecting over the years. Okay, so I have also this Prophet from Prophet drone from Multitracks. That's where I got like most of these drones from, if anyone's wondering. Okay, so this is my main channel, my main drone channel for the layered drones. And then basically I just went in and looped in every single key, like you can see it here. I looped in every single key and did looped, linked, play again. fade, high Q. So I did that for literally every single drone in my drone folder, in my drone arsenal. And I basically stay away from warp because warp can actually degrade the fidelity of the audio track. So as you can see, like it's playing, and then when it ends, it goes back to the beginning on every single one. So when you download the files, they come individually, and then you just bring them in and map them out, every single one. I can do a tutorial if anyone's wondering, or if I get enough requests about it. But basically, here is the Prophet key of A, and it's amazing, guys. I just recently got this. Really awesome. I love that drone has a lot going on, so I try not to layer it with too many other ones. And let's go ahead and move in categories, because I could literally stay here in the drone folder all day and just listen to drones all day. But let's go ahead and go into the textures. Once again, from Jacob Mendoza. I'm running these again looped through that play again function, and I'm not doing any warping at all on mine. So in this cellos one, this is actually pretty interesting. I actually created these. So yeah, pretty awesome. I went ahead and made that just because I was feeling inspired one day. And I was like, you know what? I'm actually missing some strings textures, so I'm going to go ahead and make that. I made it for every key from A all the way, and then I just missed G sharp. So yeah, that's the only one that's missing there. Okay, loops. All of these from ARP all the way to MMM. That's going to be also from Jacob Mendoza. So if you're curious about any of these sounds, you can go to Jacob Mendoza's YouTube channel, and he actually has a breakdown of every single sound that he has in his template. So I'm not going to go through them. So in this loops folder is all my BPM stuff, all my ARPs, stuff that goes on in the background to add movement. Everyone should have this type of folder. From ARP to MMM is Jacob Mendoza sounds. So if you're curious about those, link in the description and check out his videos. Aries is from Josiah Slay, and he basically created this ARP type of drone that goes on in the background, and this is how it sounds like. So yeah, really nice to add movement and more texture to your drones. I really only use this type of stuff when I'm using one of Zach Hanna's drones that are more self-explanatory and don't have a lot going on. I really like to use this texture-based stuff, texture-based ARPs and loops for more rhythmic backing, because we don't use tracks in this church. We don't use tracks. This one I used a while ago when we were playing Holy Forever. So yeah, really cool experimental type of stuff. And we finally got through it, guys. We went through most of the bread and butter stuff that I use almost every single Sunday, Wednesday, any other service that you can think of. This is my template, and it's what I'm using. It's really a hybrid approach to what a lot of creators have out there. So a lot of this stuff is a lot of extra options that I like to have. But if you don't know where to start off with the basics. Start off with the stuff that's easy to understand. And then you build on top of it, you build on top of it, and you keep going and you learn more things along the way. I didn't start by using Ableton. I actually started using Sunday Keys, and then from Sunday Keys, I went into That Worship Sound, Worship Essentials, and then I went into Main Stage. So Main Stage was that huge jump from working from pre-programmed sounds. And then I finally made the jump into Ableton. It was scary. It really was scary jumping from Main Stage to Ableton, but I felt like I had learned everything that I needed to learn in Main Stage, and I always wanted to get into Ableton because I've only heard good things about it. And a lot of the professional churches, Hillsong, Bethel, Upper Room, you name it, everyone's using it, and for a reason, because it's extremely, extremely more versatile, in my opinion, than Main Stage. And everyone's template is going to look different. You know, this one might look similar to someone else's, but everyone gets to paint with their own paintbrush. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I hope that I was able to be a blessing to you in some kind of way. I'm officially back with videos. So we're going to be pumping them out like clockwork, just getting back into the rhythm of that schedule. Thank you so much for supporting. Join us on the journey. See where this channel takes us. And see you guys in the next one.